Hello, this is Jonathan Fayard with Aptora, and today I'm going to cover a video on the marketing list generator within Total Office Manager. Now, what the marketing list generator is meant to do for you is it's meant to help improve your marketing efforts. So you can use it to identify contacts that will fit defined marketing criteria. So for example, you could use it to identify contacts that live in a certain zip code but have never bought a service agreement, and those contacts will then appear in a list which can then be used for marketing purposes like direct mail or cold calls. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind is that if we go in here and we go to our customer job list and we just go into a customer into the edit profile, if you were to go into the additional info tab of a customer and you were to select any and all on the no marketing by, any and all, they will not show up in the marketing list generator. So if you want to be able to market to somebody, have them show up in the marketing list generator, do not select this box right here. So the marketing list generator is very powerful because of its ability to conduct multiple separate queries, adding the results of each search to the results list. The results can then be sorted and duplicates can be deleted as necessary. You can then export the list to Excel so that you can do a mail merge using Microsoft Word's mail merge to then automate a mass emailing campaign, or you could use something like I like to use, which is called MailChimp. And MailChimp will then allow you to upload the list to their website to then do your marketing campaign, because MailChimp does allow the importing of an Excel file. So now I'm going to go ahead and open the marketing list generator. To do this, all you have to do is go to Tools and then click on Marketing List Generator. Now once you have it up, what you do is you put in your criteria in the field, or you put in items. So these would be items that you sell, like service agreements, serialized items, inventory items. And up here you can do search criteria like active service agreement, emails, phone, city, area codes, things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search by type. And then I'm going to say equal to commercial. And then I'm going to say and then I'm going to do active service agreement equals let's do false. And then I will do the zip equals 39565. And then I just right click and I say run query. So now what this did is it gave me two customers in our system that are commercial in the zip code that do not have a service agreement. Now, one thing that's a tip is that you do not want to, this uses a SQL query, a SQL Server query, so you do not want to try to mix ands with ors. You want to either do all ands or all ors. That's one thing. So, but that isn't a problem because you're able to append the query, and what that will do is that if I modify this up here to be a different criteria, then it will, if I do a pin query, it will find what I was looking for and then add it to what I searched for earlier. So if I were to go to do another zip, so let's say we wanted to do equals 66201, I would not want to do an or an and there. And if you were to try to do an and, well, then it would look for a customer that has both of these zip codes, and that's not possible. because a customer cannot be at two locations at the same time on a profile. So if I wanted to go ahead and do this one instead, the 66201, I would just go here and do 66201, and then I would do a pin query. And what that did is now it found a customer and it added that to the list. So now I got 3 people. So I have the zip codes for 39565 and 66201 now in my query that do not have a service agreement and are commercial customers. Now that I have the list of customers that I wanted, I could do several different things. I could right click the screen and say export list, or I could open it in Excel. Now if I export the list, well then I would be ready to go ahead and use something like a mail merge in Microsoft Word, or I could use MailChimp. So typically you would use either of those if you end up having a list of, say, anywhere, 10 to hundreds of customers that you then want to contact, to have that automated so that you're not having to send it to them one by one, which would be very time consuming. So you'll save yourself a lot of time by having this automated for you. And then once you go about doing that, so let's say I went ahead and sent an email to every one of these customers, then I would want to highlight all of these by holding the shift button, and I would want to right click and I would want to say add log entry, so that way I could put in a log for all of the customers, so that if I ever were to go into the contact log for this customer, I would go to the contact log, and each one of these could have a note in here, a topic like marketing. So this one doesn't have it. Well, actually, here's a marketing. Let's say we did a marketing letter. So I could do marketing letter, and then the subject could have been like a tune-up letter. And then I could have what the letter was. It could be pasted in here. And so the marketing letter goes here in the notes. And then that way, if I were to have done the add log entry, I could have had that log entry go into every single one of those customers. So if it was hundreds of letters that I had sent, now that would be contact logged. So if we were ever looking at the history of that customer, what we've done with them, I'd always be able to go in and see when was the last marketing campaign that we did for them, and what was that marketing campaign, what kind of marketing effort were we trying to do there. Now there's another thing that you can do here besides just exporting it to Excel so that you can do emails. You can also have these all printed. So if I right click and I go to print and I go to the preview, and then it's going to say which one do you want to pick. I made one earlier called Tune Up, but you could have gone into Add New, and when you go into these, you get an editor that you can go in and create the criteria on what you want it to print out as. So for this, I have it to print out all this verbiage here for a tune-up on why a customer would want to have a tune-up in the first place, and then I have the name, the address, the city, state, and zip going here for doing the mailing. So if I go in here and I do a preview, I can show you how that'll look. So here we have Bob's Barbecue Joint and the address, and there's the second address line right there, but that would be like apartment number or what have you. This person doesn't have one there, that's why that's empty. And then we go to the next one. Now you can see there's James T. Kirk at the other zip, and then we have Bob's gas station. So you would go ahead and print all these out, and you would be ready to mail it to these customers. If at any time you need to clear your query results, all you have to do is just right click the screen, and you can say clear all if you wanted to clear all three of these results, or you can pick one or multiple. Let's say we were to pick both of these, and you can right click and just say clear these two off of your results. Now you can also do remove duplicates. So the software will be able to see if you have any duplicate customers in this list, and it can search them out and remove those duplicates for you. So let's just go ahead and do the clear all, and now they're all gone. But then I can go ahead and run the query again. So I would say run query, and then I do that 39565, right click, append query, and now we're back where we started. Now last but not least, I just wanted to show you that you can save queries to then open them back up in the future. So you don't have to put in all this criteria over and over again every time you want to run a query. If you're like me, you tend to run the same queries periodically. I'll run the same query every other week here. So what I do is I will right click, and then I will go to save query, and then I could just say this: saved commercial query for 66201 and 39565. Service agreement no. And I just save that. And now if I were to get rid of these here and say clear query, I could have just that. Clear query. And then if I go to open query now, and I'm on my desktop, and I go ahead and pick the one that we saved earlier, now those pop right in, and I would be ready to run the query again. And that's pretty much it. If anybody has any kind of questions about the marketing list generator, never hesitate to call our tech support. We have trainers on staff that are ready to answer any kind of questions that you might have for us. Thank you.